Imagine a situation where you've lost everything. Then a green box arrives, a shelter box. Welcome back to Swindonweb TV. It's day 4 of the big challenge for Terry Williams. He's been living in this tent to raise awareness for Shelterbox. He's been in here, as I say, for 4 days in the marketplace of Highworth. So let's see how he's getting on. Hi, there you are, Terry. How are you? Good to see you.
Very well, thanks.
So how's it been?
Pretty good. I haven't had too much sleep, but I think I've done fairly well, you know, over the 3 nights. So
Now, was it what you expected?
no, I think Saturday night was a bit of a shock, but the other nights have been fine. You know, it was very, very, very noisy on Saturday night.
So you found out that Highworth know how to party on a Saturday night?
Yeah, I guess so. Yes. Didn't always sound like a party though.
I don't know, but we won't go into the details of that. Meanwhile, here in the tent, it's looking a little bit more lived in than it was when I came here on Saturday.
Good. Yeah, well, that's where I've been sleeping, and it's been nice and warm and cosy, and hopefully now the weather's a little bit warmer, it's going to be no problem at all.
Because it was very cold the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah, fairly cold, but the tent stays warm, so it proves that it can be used sort of where it's cold or where it's hot, I think.
Now, have you snuck anybody in here with you, or has it just been you by yourself?
I had a couple of volunteers. The president of our Rotary Club was here on Saturday night, and we had another member here last night, and Mike Buss as well. So we've had a few people sleeping in, you know.
Now the big question is, I don't see any books or anything else. What have you been doing in here apart from sleeping?
That's all I've been doing in here. I've just been sleeping in here.
Right.
I've been reading in the other room, as they say.
Well, let's go over to that and actually come out of the tent, and we're going to head to the a marquee which is right next to the tent, and this has basically been the centre of operations while you've been here during the day to really raise awareness, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the idea was that we wanted to show off as much about Shelterbox as we could, so we wanted to show the box and all that goes in it, you know, rather than just show the tent. And I think one of the things we found out is that a lot of people have been very surprised at how much you can get in a shelter box in terms of the equipment and the tent, and how good the equipment is that they're putting in it.
So what's the first question when people have come along to Highworth and they've heard about your campaign? What's the first question or the most common question that's asked?
I suppose one of the main questions is, how much does the box cost? And I think when you say £590, it's a lot of money, but having gone through and seen what's in the box, I think they realise that it's money that's been well spent in terms of the quality of what's in there, and also well worth it for what they're trying to do with this equipment and the tent.
Now, you've had all sorts of people come and visit you, including some youngsters. I'm dying to hear what the youngsters made of all of this.
Well, it was a group of youngsters from Westrop School. They were pretending to be Alistair and his ilk. They all had their own microphones and cameras. I was lucky enough to receive a letter this morning from the postman in here, and they were curious also to know how that happened. So
hang on. So someone has written you a letter where to Terry Williams, the marketplace, Highworth.
Well, the envelope's up there. So
okay. Let's have a little twist around there.
It just says in a sheltered tent, the podium, Market Square, Highworth, and that's from my grandchildren who were here over the weekend. And
how fantastic! And I see there that they've drawn some pictures and things like that.
Yeah.
And I love the spelling of "keep warm."
Yeah, that's great. And you can see that my oldest grandson has written my class and me watched one of day one when you put the first video together on their computer. So Swindonweb has been in Wellington, in Somerset as well, which is great.
Fantastic. We thoroughly approve. Now, obviously, one of the things that people have been talking about is the basics of this, because you are, at the end of the day, sleeping rough. But I do see there's something over there in the corner which has managed to help you out with some of the basics without going into too much detail.
Well, one of the requirements of staying on the podium for the week was I needed a Portaloo sort of in situ. So, when it's quiet...
well, okay, we don't need to go into more detail, but the main thing is it's all covered, and that's how you've been looked after, and a stream of people coming in. The most important thing has been to raise the awareness of Shelterbox and to raise all very, very needed funds. What are we up to at the moment, roughly, do you think?
Well, on the BT My Donate website, it's... the last I heard, it was up to 675, including gift aid, and I should think over the days that we've been here, we've probably raised another £300 or £400 in cash.
So we're talking well over £1,000 already. So let's see by the end of 1 week if we can get it to 2,000.
Well, we'd
because
like it a little bit more.
that's heading towards at least maybe 4 boxes, which will make a tremendous difference to disaster areas, won't it?
Yeah. Oh yes, and that's basically that's the target, 4 boxes. But obviously, if anybody's out there and they want to donate, I'd love them to. If it makes it 5 boxes, it would be even better.
I feel like Bob Geldof now, about to say, get on the phone now, donate, and because you've done a lot to raise the awareness. You've done a tremendous job with the whole programme. What have you personally learned from the whole experience?
I don't know. I don't sleep very well in a tent anymore. I suppose that it's the first time I've camped since I was a scout, which was a few years ago. But I think the one thing that I've learned is that we couldn't have raised the awareness if we'd only done this stunt for a day or maybe a night. The fact that we're here for a week means that lots more people are going to get the opportunity to come along, thanks to people like yourself and the radio and the paper, to come and see, what a Shelterbox is and what it can do.
Well, congratulations again. I know you've got another 3 nights to go.
Oh, right,
so good luck. I don't really want to remind you of that.
No.
But good luck. We're going to obviously trace you through that and wish you all the best for raising the money to get those 4 boxes. Please remember to donate, and you can see on the bottom here of the screen exactly how you can do that. Support Terry in his work and of that of the Rotarians, and let's get lots more of these shelter boxes out. Terry, thank you.
Very much,
congratulations.
Cheers.